All right, I'm just hitting record so I get started. Yeah. It's like it's a crowded day. It's a busy day. Get my stretches in here. At least I got a good workout walk in, and tomorrow's gonna be busy again. I'm just tired. I woof. I guess it's normal. We were up late last night. Did a good recording. Got some shit done, and then like hit the sack late, and then got up to do work. Yesterday I actually had an IT gig. Holy crap! First one in forever. Just absolutely eternity. Like months and months and months. Months before I even injured my shit. It's been 3 months since I injured my shit. And just pooping out. And then tomorrow we're gonna go raiding with the family, and so I guess that won't be like much of a thing, but it's gonna start a little early for me lately, especially when I could just use a break day. I might call tomorrow the first non-walk day in a while. I think technically when I read around, it's like you're supposed to have a day off from your workouts and stuff. So maybe that's gonna start a trend there where I actually take a day off from these workouts. Um, the Not necessarily the recordings. These are still things that I'm tasked with doing twice a day. So I'm gonna try and keep doing that. But yeah, these 7 mile walks. Woof. The time. The problem is, I've got the game on my phone, and I'm walking around and I'm hitting the little helper button, and I'm walking to things and I'm checking in and I'm doing the little interactions it requires. But every now and then, today, more than every now and then, like it felt like a third or almost half of the goddamn walk, I was fighting with connectivity issues with the game via the internet, and it was just it actually makes my head hurt thinking about it, thinking about talking about it right now. I actually like I have like this edge of a headache that's like, I think it's need to get some water in me, get hydrated. But as I sat there and started thinking about how to talk about the connectivity issues, my head went like yeah, goddamn thing just wouldn't stay connected. I couldn't tell if I was in busy places outdoor that the like cellular reception was crowded by like sheer number of people hitting like one tower or something. I don't know if that's properly a thing. I assume just from a simple like technical sense, it's possible to like overload a cell tower with people. I will be interested to see if the beginning of the month it changes over connectivity, and see if that's like maybe I'm in a throttled tier. I'm using too much data. This would be probably the most data I've ever used this month, I would assume, due to walking around and needing to hit the like servers and stuff. Yeah, the game's it's just frustrating. The game, when you collect up a bunch of data and send it, the game it has to like send all that data in the back, but it's small. It's never more than like 50 megabytes. Often it's like 19 megs and shit. So you hit the damn button to send it, and it chokes it's most of the time. Rarely do I drop to 2 bars of reception. Most of the time I'm at 3, and often enough I'm at 4. Like, it's always 3 or better. It clearly works better at 3 and 4. When it drops down to 2, I feel like the phone's like faking it. It's like, yeah, I'm at 2, but really I'm at like nothing. And it's like fooling me. I too many things changed on the phone at once. I had to do a bunch of updates in order to get the battery like taken care of and shit. Now I'm just like, now I want like a new phone. Now I want to lay out thousands of dollars for a new phone. Here we go. Played through Scott Pilgrim last night, and I forgot how much of a jerk the last level is. It's like the levels keep changing things up in a way that doesn't feel good. Like every level adds some new like annoying guy. You just have to level up in the game. You just have to power up and do it. You can do it without it. I mean, we weren't even max level by the time we were beating it, and we were kind of skipping. I didn't go in there with like full extra lives and shit, so it came down to about the clutchest things in the world. About as clutch as it gets. It was silly. It was very silly. I think maybe I overcommitted on the second to last form of the boss because I was like, we just mush it. We just keep hitting him. I remember that being like a pain in the butt too. It's like he looks like Kefka from like Final Fantasy or whatever. Game is like all references too. It's nuts. Other frustrating thing, I think we wasted damn near an hour, 30-40 minutes at least, beating the vegan boss over and over again, and the game would crash. You have to do like the whole stage and beat him again. Like it didn't have any checkpointing on that. And then I look on the internet after it happened the second time, and like people are complaining about it, and then we finally, it was like, oh, set the PlayStation to your screen resolution. Don't leave it on automatic or it crashes. Like, fucking what? You know? So, yeah, the game is fine. The game is so much more fun in the beginning. Then you go deeper and deeper into it. It's not like it actually really gets any harder. It's just that the later enemies are like stupid. Like here's a guy that's completely engulfed in flames running around. Oh, and if you like block right before he hits you, he like dies. Like, okay. It's not hard. It's just dumb. It's this game has good art. Game has great soundtrack. The base idea is good. Run around, beat people up, get the money, spend the money on power ups, repeat. It's all fine. There's like a hidden store near the end of the game, in between like two trees with a bunch of people talking around it, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember there being like a store here, and I kept trying to get into it and I couldn't. And then as I left, I went into it, and I was like, what? I went into the invisible door. Great. And then we just like I couldn't get like the 2-player in there. It was insane. It was just like, no, the other guy can't fit. Like for no. Then I would come out and I would get back in. I would come out and I get back in. And then all of a sudden we both got in. After like 2-3 minutes of like fidgeting with it. And in there you buy like your final attack power up and stuff. So you need to get in there at least once on every character and buy your final attack. Buy the thing that unlocks your final attack. And then that final attack is great. Characters are like so much better. The game is really frustrating. It has a level up system that's just tied to you having abilities. Can you block good? Can you do like the ground attack? Can you trip? Can you combo? Can you do like jumping attacks that aren't just like jump and attack? And then side of that, it has a system where you're buying food and other things, the t-shirt for a concert and stuff, and that gives you more defense and more strength and more attack attributes. And they're decoupled. When you can buy food, so the food heals you, gives you your mana pool back, sometimes gives you XP, and gives you like little bumps of stats. And buying like books and CDs and other things generally just give you the stats, maybe a little bit of XP. Uh, so it's they don't need the level up system anymore. Especially if you were like interested in leveling up like all of the characters, you're like, oh, god damn, like I have to. Maybe the higher difficulties are where it's at. Like maybe I need to crank it up because we're just playing on normal. Maybe if we crank it up and we get a lot more money in XP, then it'll be like the pace is like so much better. But as it was like, well, this was fun, but it was also just kind of not great. The mechanics were just questionable. The exercise of beating people up and the base idea was like good, but a little bit of the execution was off, I guess. The knobs could be tweaked to be a lot better. I might go like fuck around with it now, see if the other difficulties are much more rewarding and shit. So I am pooped. I feel like I look red as shit. I'm tired. I think it could be just like sunburn too if it was a really sunny day. And I am Irish AF. So see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna check in with Andy. I don't think we're gonna record tomorrow because we recorded this night. It would be nice to just delay it to Sunday just for pacing's sake. And so we maybe get the last Eternal Darkness up on Sunday. That'd be great. And maybe I'll hear from Cray. I haven't heard from him. I'm legitimately so tired that I'm sort of like, I feel like I should leave it in the ether. And if he reaches out, I'll jump in. But if he doesn't, I like hanging out with that guy and stuff, doing recordings. But we don't know what to do next. And I'm frazzled. So, yeah, see you guys tomorrow.